A survivor of the Sandy Hook school shooting is calling for gun control ahead of the 10-year anniversary of the horrific tragedy.
It comes as President Joe Biden is pushing to ban assault rifles in America. CBS News' John Diaz is here live in studio. And John, that survivor had a very powerful message yesterday.
Good morning, both of you. Yeah, and she met with President Joe Biden during a memorial last night. And 11 o'clock this morning, another gathering will be going on, this one in the Capitol in D.C., which will include both politicians and more survivors of gun violence. While one of them, as we mentioned from Sandy Hook, saying last night certain elected leaders aren't brave enough to make any meaningful changes.
That day I survived because the shooter armed with an AR-15 chose left instead of right.
It's that moment Jackie Hegarty has spent the last 10 years thinking about. The twist of fate, she says, led to her living while others died. She was just 7 years old.
It was impossible to imagine that 26 innocent lives were killed in the same building I was in.
Back in 2012, officials say a gunman shot and killed those innocent lives, kids and faculty trying to protect them at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. Now, this 17-year-old survivor is calling on lawmakers to pass new gun safety measures.
Guns are now the #1 killer of children in America. And we are asked to be brave while hiding under our desks, in our classrooms, while too many elected officials lack the courage to pass common sense laws to save our lives.
Earlier this year, Congress passed its first piece of major gun legislation since the 1990s, following mass shootings in Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York. President Joe Biden is pushing to ban assault rifles, but Democrats admit it's unlikely they can get something passed before they lose full control of Congress next month. Yesterday, Mr. Biden acknowledged the pain of remembering lost loved ones at the National Vigil for all victims of gun violence, which was created after the Sandy Hook school shooting. He is the first president to attend the vigil and applauded those there who have fought for gun control legislation.
What I admire so much about all of you is you show up and remember, because remembering brings it back the very moment that it happened.
And also in attendance last night were survivors and loved ones of people who died in the Uvalde, Texas shooting and the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida. Now, experts say with Republicans taking control of the House for the next 2 years, it's unlikely any gun control legislation will go up for a vote. Chris, Mary.
Okay, John, thank you.